first half?
Yeah, our last 3 or 4 weeks we've slowly obviously declined with our attitude in defence, our resilience. First sort of, when we'd lost 5 in a row at the start of the year, we were still a very good defensive team, and at the moment we've just got different people that are picking and choosing when it's important to tackle well, put the effort in.
What do you put that down to? Is that just the way we're doing it earlier in the year?
Certainly, our defensive coaches certainly haven't changed anything. That's for sure. Maybe a couple of people have thought that it's acceptable not to put the right effort in. I'm not sure. We have had a lot of changes in the past sort of 4 or 5 that have been forced. But there'll be certainly some changes next week that are going to be unforced changes. That is 100% guaranteed. We stuck loyal with all the boys this week, and it's disappointing. We've led 8-0, 12-0, 12-0, and basically, we're probably mirroring the path of where Canberra were last year. Apart from the Manly game, we've lost so many games here where we've led and we've been beat by 1, by 2, by 4, by 6. And all Stick's done's changed some personnel, hasn't he? And now they're one of the best sides in the comp, one of the best defensive sides in the comp through changes in personnel. And unfortunately, we'll certainly be having some changes next week.
Do you regret now not reacting
No.
after last week?
No, not at all, because a lot of the people have done pretty good, for the club over the course of this year. There was times earlier in the year when, as I said, we lost 5 or 6 on the bounce, and we're losing 14-10 and 13-12, and so the effort and the resilience was great. So you'd like to think that we could get that back, but unfortunately we have to make some changes to get it back.
You're disappointed that it's actually got to this level, Brownie? I mean, as you said, the first half of the year showed plenty of resilience. But
yeah, it's disappointing. NRL's tough, and we've been sort of up in the top 8 now for a fair period, but the reason why you get your sort of similar batch of teams up in the top 8 for a long period is because the players understand the NRL's a long season and it's tough to stay there. And your Melbournes and Roosters and these types of sides, and Souths have been there for a sort of fair block now with Madge and now with Siebes and Wayne, and it's a tough business, the NRL, and plenty of sides go on little runs and win 3 or 4 games or 5 games, but it's hard, and we're certainly faltered in the last couple of weeks. I think it's hard to be too critical against the Warriors when we had so many blokes not there, but look at our effort against the Warriors with a far less talented team as opposed to our effort tonight, and I don't think there's much difference in the Warriors and Tigers are both good teams. I don't think it's a big difference there, but it's unfortunate, but we'll just have to make some changes.
And how worried are you about Kalen? Did you catch us in any?
Oh, look, I thought it was a very stiff decision. It's not what cost us the game. I think Kalen's playing fullback and he's making a play. He's got to make a play. He can't just stand there. So I think he's a bit unfortunate. I don't think there's a cleaner player playing the game.
A bit worried about that. There's been a lot made about the shoulder charge over the last week or so.
I don't think he tried to make a shoulder charge. I'm pretty confident he was trying to make a play for the ball. I don't think he was trying to shoulder charge anyone.
Does it make you frustrated when you see something like Matt Duff did last week and then...
Oh, look, I'm not here to talk about the referees. The referees weren't the ones that were not tackling well enough and didn't have enough resilience tonight. Whether we copped a couple of tough calls, that's for everyone else to judge. But what we need to get back to is where we were earlier in the year, where we had some people that were really proud to defend their goal line and defend it with everything they had. And it's just crept in a little bit lately, and it's dripped away. And there's another game that we've led and lost, and unfortunately, you keep losing close games, and it comes back to hurt you.
Does the origin have an impact on your Brownie, or do you reckon it's
look, Crowes,
more attitude?
look, there's no doubt the origin had an impact on us there for a small period, but certainly not this week. Our players have freshened up, and we had plenty of people out there that have, with the sports science that have been looked after, and we certainly seem to have enough energy to start the game well, and we certainly have enough energy to wrestle the game back, I suppose, get the momentum to start the second half. And it's, we just got a few people that unfortunately we just need to change and give someone else a good opportunity. Jacob Safidi's been playing well, King's back playing well, Aiden's been back playing for a couple of weeks now, so there's plenty of forwards there that I'm sure will want to get an opportunity. They've been going to Penrith and Campbelltown playing in front of 200 people, and I'm sure they'd relish an opportunity to go to Brookie next week and have a shot at obviously a very good Manly side.
Are you happy with your spine, Brownie, at this point?
Oh, look, we scored 26 points and dropped it over the try line, so there's, points not an issue for us, I don't think. Yeah, it's the defence that's hurt us. Last week, it wasn't, it was, in the end, obviously, we ended up getting a bit of a touch-up from the Roosters, but again, we created enough chance in the first half. It was our defence, again, that let us down, and our response to errors, which let us down. So the Warriors, again, we did enough, so, we've certainly done enough with the ball. It's certainly a defensive thing that's letting us down.
And Jesse copped a little bit of flack throughout the week. Were you happy with how he responded?
He was far better tonight, Jess. Yeah, he was far better tonight, and I'd expect him to improve again next week.
Nathan, come the end of the weekend, you'll probably be outside the top 8. Do you think that'll sort of add a bit of urgency to the guys for next week?
I'd like to think that the table doesn't add urgency, Rob. I'd like, you'd like to think that the attitude to want to do well is for yourself, your teammates, your club. Today was the Mark Hughes Day, which is a huge occasion for our club. You look at, obviously, Cameron Smith had his 400th and Robbie has his 300th. They're outstanding achievements, but the mark of a person is someone that does something for others for nothing, and that's what Mark Hughes does. And there's certainly some blokes that should hold their head in shame with what they dished up tonight.